So what do other Americans should do when they see a woman should do when she sees another woman in hijab, for example?
I would say, I think a lot of the media and the movies and the imagery that we've seen often shows us that certain people are scary. People who are Muslim, people who are covered, are not always scary. It's the same as saying someone who's Jewish and covers their head is scary, or someone who's black is scary, or someone who's gay is scary. I think we have to kind of open ourselves up to learning a little bit more, because these are just people who want happiness and health and peace and, you know, good life. And yes, there are extreme people in the world. There are extreme people in every religion and every culture. But I don't think we should automatically assume that someone's bad because of the way that they're dressed or the way that they speak. And I would just encourage everyone, like I'm trying myself, to reach out and to connect. And most of the time, it really surprises you how wonderful everyone else is.
In a good way or in a bad way?
Oh, in a wonderful way. I mean, we're all so much more similar than we think. And the more, that's why I travel so much. I've been to 50 countries and I want to go to 100 now, because I want to go to all the places that almost scare me a little bit, because every time I do, I'm blown away by how nice everyone is and how wonderful and warm and welcoming. And all of a sudden it completely changes the paradigm. And then you go home to your friends in the United States and they say, why did you go there? Who would be there? There are only terrorists there. And I say, no, they're the nicest people in the world. And so I might be the only one of my friends, of thousands of people I know here in the US, who've ever gone to any of these countries. And so I think it's really important that we all do travel and we connect on Facebook and we meet each other and then we talk about those experiences.
So, you know, there are 7 billion people in the world, 300 million live in the US, 6.3 billion will never, ever, ever have the money to come and travel to the United States.
Yeah.
80% of Americans don't have a passport. They would never travel outside America. Facebook allows them to connect to each other. What is your message to them? You know, should they be scared to travel? I tell them, you know, travel through Facebook. You know, experience their lives.
Hey, I was just in the New York Times talking about this. My mother travels with me. She doesn't travel anymore. She was a flight attendant, but now she travels with me on text messages. I go all over the world and we're texting the whole time. And she's Googling articles and sending them to me. And we travel together virtually. And I think we can all do that. It doesn't matter if you don't have the money to travel. It costs nothing to connect with someone on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram and ask them questions and collaborate and get to know one another. I spend hours sometimes just going through people's posts and looking at things that are interesting about maybe why they cover, or a religious ceremony that they're going through, or how they're serving their country, or what they're studying with their religion. It's amazing, because sometimes we get scared and it looks different or weird, but the more you look at it and the more you read, you see the beauty in things that sometimes you were just too scared to ask about. So I think we can all connect online, and we don't have to travel. If you can travel, for sure, if you have the means. But if you can't, don't use that as an excuse not to connect.
Thank you.
Thank you.